Alright, so they said in a class of 30 students, 19 study biology, 17 study geography, and 15 study both of these subjects. Show this information on a Venn diagram and determine the probability that a randomly selected class member studies like a list of questions. Okay, so first of all, you need to be aware of what Venn diagram is. If you remember our last class, I told you that Venn diagram, this is a diagrammatic way of using rectangles and circles. The diagrammatic way of using rectangle and circles to show concepts, ideas, objects, so all of which we call elements. So it is the diagrammatic interpretation of logical relations, and this method was introduced by John Venn in that should be 1880, around that period, 1880, 1888. That was when he did this. So if I know this, let's try to look at the question given to us. Before we go to the question given to us, I need you to know again that anything about Venn diagram, you'll always have Venn diagram of two categories and three categories. So it's always between Venn diagram of two categories and Venn diagrams of three categories. And you need to know that this rectangle is used to represent universal sets. Circles are used to represent subsets. So if it's Venn diagram of two categories, four things are going to be shown. The first one is A intersection B. For example, let's say it's football and tennis. It will be football intersection tennis. So let's use A and B for example. So the second thing will be A intersection B complement, and then the third thing will be A complement intersection B, and then the fourth thing will be A complement intersection B complement. So these are the four things you get each time you're asked to show a Venn diagram of two categories. These are the four things you get. While if it's a Venn diagram of three categories, there are 8 things that you must have as your output, as your end result. The first is A, for example, A, B, and C. A intersection B intersection C. I always tell my students the first thing you need to go and look for is the intersection, what they have in common. Then number 2, A intersection B intersection C. Then the third thing, A intersection B intersection C complement. Then the fourth thing, A intersection B intersection C complement. So when there are 2, then the fifth thing to find is A complement intersection B intersection C. Then the sixth thing is A intersection B intersection C, B complement. The seventh thing is A intersection B intersection C, C complement. And the eighth thing to find is A intersection B intersection C, all their complements. So what you need to know about Venn diagram is that every Venn diagram you must find this. Every Venn diagram requires you to be finding this. If it's Venn diagram of two categories when maybe you're giving 2 things, tennis, football, or maybe biscuit and yam, or maybe cat and rat. But when you're giving things like maybe tennis, football, basketball, rabbit, dog, cat, all those kind of things, you know it's 3 categories. So this is what you find. Let's get what this thing means. This thing means A intersection B. This one means A minus B, or you say A, or you say, sorry, A minus B, that is, you say B complement. This is B complement. Or you say that this is the sentence as saying B complement, which is B only. Then this is the sentence as saying B minus A. Or you say A complement, which is the sentence as saying A only. And then this is what we call neither, the people that did not take part. So let's interpret what this one means. This one means A intersection B intersection C. Why? This one means A and B only. This one means B and C only. What B and C have in common only. This one means A and C only. Then, as I've arranged it, that's the best way to arrange your materials when you are solving. Then this one is A only. This one is B only. This one is C only. And this one is neither, the people that did not take part in any of them. So, see how I'm doing it. So, somebody will want to say that this is A and B, without C. It's still the same thing as saying C without A and B. Alright, so let's go back and solve the questions we have. So, first thing first, when you're solving this type of question, you draw your rectangle. So you draw a rectangle. And I told you the rectangle represents universal sets. So if I draw this rectangle, the set in a class of 30 students, that means the universal set is 30. And then 19 study biology, 17 study geography. So what they are talking about is just biology and geography, two things, two subsets. So let's say this is biology. Let's say this is geography. So it is a Venn diagram of two categories. At the end of the day, 4 things is what we need. So the things we are going to find from this is simply, first of all, B intersection G. Then B intersection G complements biology, geography. B for biology, G for geography. Then B complements intersection G, and B complements intersection G complements. So if I don't put it as 1 like this, I can put it to be C. So these are the 4 things we must find. So let's go back to the question. The first thing we need to look for is the intersection, what they have in common. So let's check. 19 study biology, 17 study geography. I will not look at it. Then 15 study both of these subjects. 15 study both of these subjects. I'll quickly rush and put that 15. They study both. That's the intersection. Now we'll go back. 19 study biology, but they did not say only. Always pay attention to only. Assuming they said 19 study biology only, I'll just come and put 19 here for biology. Assuming they said 17 study geography only, I'll come and put 17 here. But since they did not say only, notice that the whole of this circle, let me draw this biology circle. Biology. The whole of this circle, already here, we have 15. Now let me draw the circle for geography. Already here for geography, I have 15. So you see that this is that intersection. So this full circle for biology and full circle for geography already has 15, but 19 studying biology. So to make it up to 19, I'll simply do that 19 minus 15, which is 4. 4 plus 15 gives me 19. So I'll simply do 19 minus 15, which is what it already has here, which will give me 4. So that means intersection here is 15. Then B intersection G is 4. Now the complement. Then B complement intersection G is 4. Then B complement intersection G B intersection G complement will simply be, since they say 17 studying geography, I'll simply come here and say 15 is already inside, but the total that study geography is 17. So put 2 here. 2 plus 15 gives me 17. So that means 17 minus 15 will give me 2. So let me put it here, 2. I'm just circling so that you know. So then the people that took part in neither, that is people that did not participate. So they said, show this information on a Venn diagram and determine the probability that a randomly selected class member studies without looking at any of the questions asked. The first 4 things I want you to always get from every Venn diagram is to check if it's 2 categories Venn diagram or 3 categories. If it's 2 categories, first of all, find these 4 important things first before going to look at the questions they asked. If it's 3 categories, find the 8 things first before going to look at the questions they asked. So now that I have this, is remaining this last one. And remember that universal sets, let's look at it. This universal set, everything about the rectangle makes the universal set, which means that everything here, including this one, that this is B intersection G complement. So everything here, by the time you sum up everything inside this rectangle, it should give you the universal set, which is equals to 30. So I'll simply say that universal set is equals to the sum of everything here. So I'll have, and everything inside is simply the same thing as the 4 things I've gotten: B intersection G plus B intersection G complement plus B complement intersection G plus B complement intersection G complement. So remember that universal set here is 30 equals to B intersection G is 15 plus B is 2, then plus is 4 plus I don't know this. So you can now clearly see that by the time I sum this up, I have 15 plus 16. Oh, sorry. 15 plus 2, it gives me 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It gives me 21 plus B complement intersection G complement equals to 30. So if I make this subject of the formula, this will be 30 minus 21, which is equals to B complement intersection G complement. And remember, we said that this is the same thing as people that did not participate or that did not take part in biology and geography, that did not take it, that did not study the course. We call it neither. Some questions call it neither. So 30 minus 21 is going to give you 9. So that means that over here, what I have here is simply 9. That's what I have, is simply 9. So if I know this, let's now go back. I told you these 4 things, you must find it first before you start looking at the question. So now let's look at the question. They said people that study biology or geography, the number that study biology or geography, and this is the same thing as principle of exclusion. So the number that study biology or geography is simply, this is biology, this is geography, this is people that study both. So it's simply 4 plus 15 plus 2. So the I part of that question is simply everything inside the circle. So I part of that question, biology or geography, when a question like that is given, number that study biology or geography, B or G, is equals to B is equals to the sum of everything in the circles, the people that took part in the circle. So it's going to be BNG plus BNG complement plus B complement NG, which is going to give me 15 plus 2 plus 4, which gives me 21. It gives me 21. So this is the number that studied biology or geography. You just have to do it in this way. See, this one did all biology and geography. This one did only geography. This one did only biology. So you can see that is 1 1 1. So then people that did, so anytime they ask you this one or this one or this one, all you need to do is to simply go to the circle, sum up everything that is in the circle. So people that studied both subjects, we've gotten it, is 15. II is 15. Then number III, they said probability that a randomly selected student, class member, studies biology, studies at least one of the subjects. At least one of the subjects. When you hear at least one of the subjects, I need you to always think in this direction. At least is the sentence. If I say at least 2, it means from the lowest should be 2 and above. So it means from 2 upwards. So if they say at least one subject, notice that at least one subject means people that studied 1, people that studied 1, people that studied 2. So from 1 upwards. If assuming they said at least 2 subjects, it will just be this one, this number 15. So at least one subject is people that studied 1, studied 2. So from 2, the lowest should be 2, then going upwards. So at least one subject is simply at least one subject. In this case, should be the people that studied 1, which is the people that studied biology and geography, 6 plus 15, people that from 1 up. So it's going to give me 4 plus 15 plus 2. So this is the sentence saying 21. Now, let's say they asked me to find the people that studied, and if they say the probability, this is the number that studied at least one subject. Well, if they tell me the probability of people that studied at least one subject, I'll simply do 21. That is number of inputs, or should I say number of inputs all over total sample. So I'll simply do this. It will be the sentence saying 21 over 30. That's the number in class. So this is going to be the answer, 21 over 30. So assuming they said IV at most 2 subjects. At most 2 subjects. At most simply means, if they say at most 2, it means from 2, the highest should be 2. Then you can start going downwards. So from 2 downwards, that's at most. So I will have at most 2 subjects will be simply the number that studied both, which is 15, plus the people that studied 1 plus. So it's going to be 21. Now assuming they set V at most 1 subject. At most one subject will simply be the people that studied only 1 subject, which is 4 plus 2, which is equals to 6. And if they say the probability, it will be 6 over 30. That's sample. So 2 here 3, 2 here 15. So it will be in the ratio of 3 over 15. That is the probability. Now, assuming they asked me here the probability of people that studied at most, it will be 21 over the total sample, which is 30. So this will be the probability. So in our next class, we'll continue.